Kudzu. You hate it, right? Vine that's eating the South. Everybody knows about kudzu if you live in an area where it is. You probably know all about it, but maybe I can give you some information on it and maybe help to alleviate the problems that people have with kudzu. I know I've been away for a while. I was in North Carolina, Tennessee, and I did get a lot of video footage, kind of guerrilla style footage. I just didn't have a lot of time between shooting the music video and being with my family and doing things. We weren't there very long. But I got back on Monday, and then I had to build chicken coops and build raised garden beds for cucamelons and plant amaranth and plant sorghum and plant pumpkins and plant watermelons. I have been very busy because time is just short. Time is shorter than anyone thinks. But anyway, if you don't know about kudzu, kudzu is a very invasive species from Japan, China, and it grows up to a foot a day. It's an invasive vine that suffocates other plants. It grows all over them, grows out of control, and it's actually regulated in some counties and some states where you can't even harvest it. One little piece, you can grow it, it'll just start growing everywhere. So it is very invasive, but every part of the plant is very beneficial. You can use it for a whole multitude of things. My take on kudzu is that it needs to be eradicated, but it's such a beneficial plant that we should do what people do best and wipe things out. You can use it for all kinds of things. And just like we did with alligators, where we nearly had them to the brink of extinction, or the carrier pigeon, or the dodo, there's so many different things because we use it to death. We need to use kudzu to death in this country so that we can wipe it out. If you do want to use kudzu, please check in your area to make sure that you can use it, that you can take it away from a site, because some places you can only take it straight to a landfill. You can't actually use it unless you're using it on site, or some places you can't harvest it at all. Now, the first fun fact about kudzu you might not know is that the flowers are very similar to like a hyacinth or a pea style flower, and it smells just like artificial grape. And the reason for that is it's the same chemical. It's methylenthranilate, and that's the same chemical they use in all the grape candy. So when you smell it, it smells just like that grape candy or bubble gum. That's why it smells so good. Or not, depending on whether you like it or not. Like I said before, every part of the plant is beneficial. In fact, recent studies show that you can get a root extract from it that helps curb cravings for alcohol and helps with alcoholism and also with hangovers. So that's pretty fascinating and interesting. It also has isoflavonoids that are like a plant-based estrogen. It's like a weak estrogen that can help with menopausal symptoms like hot flashes and even support for bone density. The starch from the roots can be dried out and ground up, and it can be used to make noodles and thickening agents for soups. And in Japanese cuisines, the kudzu starch is used to create this thick broth that soothes and coats the stomach lining, so it can help with digestive health, offering relief for heartburn or excess stomach acid and even diarrhea. There's a lot of research going on that says that it actually can help to lower blood sugar and regulate insulin, so it does a lot of metabolic support. Of course, the flowers are highly prized by foragers because they taste like grape soda, so you can just eat them or steep them in a tea or make syrups out of them. A lot of uses for them. The vine is tough and fibrous, and it's used for a plethora of reasons. You can do basketry with it, textiles, really anything you can do grapevine with. Livestock feed. Every part of the plant is edible for animals. In fact, people rent out their goats so that they can clear out the fields of it. Also, it makes for like an artisan type paper. It's not like super premium paper, but it makes for, you have to mix it with other woods so that you can get this like artisan irregular texture, like the fancy papers. But it's great for that, and it's such an aggressive grower, it makes for a very eco-friendly and highly sustainable source for that. It really has so many benefits for a noxious weed. I mean, it's not noxious at all, it's just extremely invasive, so that's why it's classified as a noxious weed. But if you are going to harvest it, forager for it, just make sure you check your local area. Don't get in trouble. See if you're allowed to harvest it, and keep it in a bag. Keep it in something that it can't escape. Make sure you get all the parts. Make sure where you keep it is a sterile environment, because any little nodule that lands on the ground, it can grow, and that can cause problems. But it really is a beneficial plant, and like I said, my philosophy, just harvest it to death, and that'll get rid of it, or at least keep it under control. Well, I got a lot more plants to show you, but I got so much to do, so I'm going to try and get one of these out at least once a day or every other day. We'll see how that goes. But as I like to say, stay rooted in Christ, grow in grace, take care, and I'll see you next time. God bless.